Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's your girl Little Latina coming at you with another video. And today's video is going to be a video where I specifically talk about the things that intermittent fasting did to my body in less than 2 weeks. So hopefully this is really going to persuade you to start intermittent fasting. This video is going to really educate you on some of the immediate benefits of fasting and some of the benefits that are long lasting when it comes to fasting. That rhymed, I like that. So yes, without further ado, let's get on to it. So I'm gonna have the timestamps down below, so if you want to skip to certain parts or you just are tired of one half, then you can just do that. But let's get on to the very first thing that intermittent fasting did for me in literally 1 week. Like, I noticed this in 1 week, and that was that I lost fat. Now, the reason I say fat as opposed to weight is because I haven't technically weighed myself since about 2019, and it's 2021 right now, so I'm not like sure definitely if I lost weight, which I'm assuming I did because it looks like I lost weight, but I noticed that I specifically lost fat, okay, because I had some extra stomach fat right here in this little area, and when I started intermittent fasting, I'm not even kidding you, in 1 week I saw that any extra fat that I had here was basically gone. Like, look at these abs right now. And I already ate food today, and this is the abs. So that is something that I saw immediately after fasting, was that I lost fat. I also lost a little bit of fat in between my thighs because my thigh gap definitely did get a lot bigger than it was before. Not a lot bigger, but it definitely became more noticeable than what it was previously. I overall just kind of lost a lot of fat in my entire body. Not too much, but definitely a lot in my stomach. This is where most of the fat loss was happening, and that was very quick. So that was something that I really liked about fasting, was that it really shredded off any of that kind of useless fat that I just had sitting around there, and it allowed me to really shred up my stomach and to give my body really noticeable abs, and it just allowed me to tone up any part of my body that wasn't really that toned previously. So the next thing that I noticed when I started intermittent fasting was that I started having much better sleep, okay?
Hello?
I was always someone that struggled to fall asleep. I wouldn't say I had insomnia, but it felt like I did at a lot of times because it just took me such a long time to go to sleep. I would go lay in my bed and I would just have all this energy. I was like, where were you the rest of the day? Because you were not here when I actually needed it, okay? Whenever I'm trying to go to sleep, suddenly I got all this energy. Like, what the hell? I was not digging that. I did not like that, okay? But once I started intermittent fasting and I quit eating at whatever time I quit eating, because I would kind of change it up. I would quit eating at 7, other days I would quit eating at 6. Like, I would switch up when I stopped it because I was just trying to find a nice schedule. But recently I've been quitting eating at 5 p.m. and I eat again at 9 a.m. So a nice 16-hour fast. So once I stopped eating at 5, I would go to sleep at around like 9, 10-ish. I would fall asleep very quickly and I would be in a deep sleep. Another thing that I struggled with was then whenever I would actually try to go to sleep, I would always wake up multiple times throughout the night, so I never really had a sound sleep. But once I started intermittent fasting and quit eating at around 5 or 6-ish, when I would go to sleep and fall asleep, I would be asleep the entire night. Like, I wouldn't be waking up all the time for no reason. I would be asleep. Like, I would be knocked out the entire time that I was sleeping, and that was something that I never ever had before. Even when I was little, I would still struggle to go to sleep and stay asleep. So that was an amazing benefit from intermittent fasting. I actually got proper sleep that actually left me energized and restored for the day. Like, I could actually wake up and the entire day have energy, as opposed to when I would just kind of be lethargic and just sluggish throughout the entire day and then getting random spikes of energy right when I'm going to go to sleep. And now the last thing that I'm going to say intermittent fasting has definitely helped me with, which might be one of my favorites, is that it has definitely decreased my bloating. I also quit eating a lot of dairy and gluten, which I think played a pretty decent role in this. But I know intermittent fasting definitely played a larger role in this because I still occasionally have gluten and dairy, and I won't be nearly as bloated as I used to when I started incorporating intermittent fasting. And I don't know how this works, but it just doesn't allow you to get that bloated. Like, obviously if you eat a bunch of food and you just shove your face, you're gonna have that bloating, but it goes away pretty fast, especially when you're intermittent fasting. Like, you'll have your natural bloating like when you eat food because that's normal, but it's not gonna be an excessive, painful amount of bloating like that I would previously experience when I wasn't fasting. This is like a natural, more normal type of bloating, and this bloating will go away pretty quickly. Like, it's gonna be there for a few hours because you're obviously digesting that food, but then it goes away and you're pretty much back to a flat stomach, which I absolutely love because whenever I'm bloated, I'm really tired and I'm really lethargic. And then I just don't like how my body looks on top of that because I'm like, I kind of look low-key pregnant right now. Not the image that I'm trying to portray. But anyways, intermittent fasting just definitely got rid of just that excessive bloating that just really exhausts you and doesn't make you feel good. And that's something that I really, really loved about intermittent fasting because I saw that really quickly. And I noticed that within like a week and a half. I was like, I'm not getting nearly as bloated as I used to, and I'm still eating similar foods. Like, intermittent fasting just ultimately helped me with my digestive issues, and it really allowed me to digest food more properly and quickly. And that was something that I really loved because that's something that I've definitely struggled with when it comes to food and just intaking food. So that is definitely something I love. So yeah, intermittent fasting is awesome when it comes to keeping your stomach flat and keeping you energized and feeling good for the day. But yeah, that's basically the main things that I noticed with intermittent fasting within the first 2 weeks. So intermittent fasting definitely is awesome and has results really quickly, especially if you pair it with a good diet and working out consistently. Intermittent fasting is literally the key that I found for a lot of things that have made my body what it is today. So hopefully this video has at least persuaded you somewhat to at least try intermittent fasting or different styles of fasting. I have a video on different types of fasting, so you can go ahead and check that out right over here. I'm not quite sure what side it goes on, so whatever, somewhere up here. But that's basically today's video. So thank you for watching, and have a beautiful day.